this. Whoa. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So if you're new to the channel, my name's Shane. I do treasure hunting on this channel, and today we are in Crystal Ridge, Pennsylvania. We're walking back to an old abandoned anthracite mining pit, and we're out here looking for quartz crystals. I hope you can hear me, and I hope you enjoy the video. So over yonder, that is Hazleton, Pennsylvania. It's where I grew up. Actually, I'm back here for Thanksgiving. Just met up with my family and some friends and stuff. You can see the ground here is completely black. This is from the coal mining that's gone on here in the mid 1800s, all the way up to the early 1900s. So here in Pennsylvania, it's anthracite coal. It's the shiny stuff, right? This stuff actually ran America in the 1800s, early 1900s, and it's everywhere here. And one of the byproducts, I guess you could say, of coal mining is quartz crystals. And right here, I don't know if you can see it, this is what we're going to be looking for. Not small ones like this. This is obviously just a little shard of a quartz crystal. But there's a lot of them out here. We're going to go searching around. There's a giant open pit mine. We're going to go check it out. I know where there's some crystals. Yeah, that's going to be the adventure today. Looking for quartz crystals. I don't have any tools today. We're just going to look for surface finds. We're headed up here. Right at the top of this little coal bank is going to be a big pit going down. There's actually two pits. There's one on the left and one on the right. Down there is where I used to go swimming all the time when I was a kid. It's hard to see. We'll get over there closer. But yeah, this big formation here, there's crystals all over the place in this area. And again, we're just keeping our eyes to the ground, looking for anything that might be uncovered. All right, we're getting closer to the area. And this rock right here, you can see all this crystal stuff on it, these crystal formations. You can see how the ground is washed down a bit. This is kind of like bedrock. So this is all not tailing piles. With this kind of ground here, if you look closely, you can actually see fossils and stuff here. Like that looks like a stick. This looks like it could have been a stick or some branches and stuff like that. But I mean, the entire area is full of that kind of stuff. So this looks like a safe way to go down. Also, stuff like this. This is where you're gonna find your fossils, like your fern fossils. But if you peel these apart, see how these rocks, you can peel them apart. And inside is where you're gonna find your fossils. Not every time, but definitely I found some really nice ferns doing this. Anyway, I'm gonna throw this in my pocket and we'll continue on. This big pile of rocks right here, I'm pretty sure there's some crystals on those rocks. Nothing to collect, but just to look at. Yeah, see, some of these rocks have crystals all over them. Just small stuff. I think there's some bigger stuff over here. Okay, we're up on that rock pile here, and you can see there's just, tons of anthracite coal. Back in there's a big crystal formation kind of stuck on the rock there. Looks like some, it's not really gemmy or anything like that. It's still interesting. Over here, we have some evidence of pyrite. So this is really cool. Right here, you guys can see that. It's you can see those cubes, those squares. All that stuff used to be pyrite, and there's actually some pyrite still in there. And we can pull this stuff out. This is what's also known as fool's gold. It grows in these awesome cubic formations. Down here, you can really see where the cubes used to be, and then they fell out because of weathering. But if we took this rock and busted it apart, on the inside, yeah, you can see all that pyrite in there. I don't see any awesome cubes though. That stuff is really neat. Just to think that's natural, 100% natural, little cubes were made by nature. So there's nothing really here to take. I mean, that would be a cool display piece, I think, but it's really brittle as well. But look at that. Perfect little squares and cubes all throughout this. And I bet if you busted this rock in half, you would find some full cubes. So let's keep looking around. There's all kinds of cool stuff here to look at. Here's a big chunk of anthracite here in the moss. That'd be awesome to have in, like, you know, your front yard or something like that. So right down here at my feet, this is an ancient tree, a fossil. I've never actually seen that before, and I've been down here a bunch of times. You never know what you're gonna find out here. All right, so the weather is pretty unforgiving. It's raining again, but I found this awesome, like, frozen waterfall. And you know, it just started raining, so I stepped up here to get closer to the ledge so I could get out of the rain a little bit. And I looked down and over, and there's just a bottomless pit right here. We're headed, oh, here's a big chunk of quartz crystal right here. Look at this. Just sitting on the ground. Look at this. This is an awesome piece. This is a pretty awesome piece. Look at this. Whoa. It's not super gemmy or anything, but that is really, really cool. And that was just on the surface. Here's another piece. As you can see, they're not very clear pieces of quartz, but there's definitely terminations and stuff in there and lots of facets. There's another piece. Oh, look at this. Here's another big piece right here. Kind of like the same stuff. Not very pretty, to be honest, but if we move this ice out of the way, underneath the ice you can see, oh, right there, look at this. Right here there's a nice piece. Oh, that's actually a keeper. I'm gonna throw that one in my pocket with that piece of coal. And so right up here, we've got more crystals. Somebody's been in here for sure digging this out. Yeah, you can see the vein right here. Look at this. Up in here, that's all quartz. Right up in this vein here, this is all quartz in there. Look at that. I'm gonna reach my hand up there and see what I can pull out. Again, I don't have any tools, but some of this stuff is loose. You know that, even though it's not very clear, that would still be a cool display piece. Even this little thing that's just sitting out. Look at that. There's a crystal right there. This whole thing, this whole seam, if I follow it up, I'm gonna find more. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna look for some more stuff and I'll let you know what I find. This is cool. Here's a piece. It looks really nice and clear. Oh, it's a double too. It's got two. It's like a twin, I guess you would call it. And that one's really clear. That is what we're looking for. That thing is super cool. That's going home with me. Pennsylvania quartz crystals from the coal region. All right, let's keep looking. So there's a loose piece in this vein right here. Oh, wow, look at that. There's orange and white and clear quartz crystals all throughout that. Really gemmy. That is awesome. And there's a ton more up in there. And there's more all the way across. I want to see if I can maybe break a chunk of that off to keep it. All right, we'll look at this stuff closer at the end of the video. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my pile. Look at this one. I didn't even pick this one up yet. It's got some really nice quartz crystals in there. That one there is super clear, but it's in this nice cluster as well. Let's see what else I can get. Oh, this whole thing's gonna move. I need both hands, I think. All right, before I slice my hands up anymore, I'll go ahead and put the gloves on, and we'll see what we can get. Took my watch off as well. All right, let's pull this out. Oh man, that goes all the way back. Like a lot of this stuff has gemstones in it as well. Lots of, like, look at that piece. It's a nice faceted piece of quartz right there. I'm actually gonna set that on the rock over here, because this stuff is just like falling, breaking apart. There's another nice piece of quartz crystals. Oh, it's definitely moving. Well, that piece there, I don't think it wants to come out without any tools. So we're gonna go ahead and skip that one, and we're just gonna move over a bit. And again, just looking at surface finds here, here's a nice little point, quartz point, and there's a bunch of them in here. There's more than just like single points. There's all kinds of stuff here. And it just rained, so it's helping wash this stuff off. So if anybody was out here picking them before, you can come back and get more. Now what's really interesting is up in here. We've got some big points and stuff all up in there. Same thing back up in there. You can see them. Somebody's been digging in there and they didn't get all the way back. But if we had some tools, we could certainly pull some nice stuff out of there, I'm sure. But again, we're just doing some surface finds, and I'm super happy with what I'm finding here. This is really cool. Look at this piece. Whoa. So just by digging around by hand, I found some really cool stuff in here. Like this one here, that is a double terminated quartz crystal. It's a little bit broken on this end, but hardly. But that's absolutely a double terminated clear quartz crystal. And then not only that, but I'm finding other clear pieces. I didn't even wipe them off yet. I'm just kind of grabbing them and putting them on this little pile here. Found a couple more clusters here. Yeah, I got some more in my pocket. And so the way I'm doing it, I'm kind of just looking at this green moss here, and I'm finding, like right here, you can see it sticking out. And that looks like a broken point, but that's a keeper. You know, there's nothing super big in this area. I mean, there can be, but most of it that you're gonna find is this little stuff. And some of it's like really nice and clear. Yeah, you see this clay, this sediment here. This is the kind of stuff where these crystals seem to grow in between the rocks, like in these quartz veins. And obviously somebody has been here and they dug pretty much, well, not all of it, because there's a lot more back there, and you can see some big crystals in the rocks, like way in the back. There's some nice big pieces back there, but you need tools to get that out. Same thing, like even right here, there's some nice stuff. But again, it's not gonna budge with my bare hand. So I'm just collecting the surface stuff. So we're gonna head up this way a little bit further. I'm gonna keep my eyes into the cracks on the ground and see what else we can find. If not, we'll head back to the hotel and we'll take a closer look at all this cool stuff we found. I have a bunch more stuff in my pack and also in my pocket here. So I'm gonna scout around a little bit longer. I'm kind of standing on a cliffside here. I gotta be careful. So I gotta put the phone down, but we'll head up here. We'll check this area and then we'll head up and out. It's a little sketchy here. There's kind of like a sinkhole right under that rock. Oh, another thing that I should mention. I went to the Mine Hazard Safety School, the MSHA school. And one of the first things they tell you, never work under a high wall. And yeah, I would not recommend coming out here and doing this. Even though I've been out here a million times and I feel 100% safe, everything is loose. You know what I mean? You got to really know what you're doing. You got to be super careful. Even if you've been here a million times. Like this rock here, you know, you could slip on that and go right down the hole. So I wanted to grab a few pieces of this really nice glassy anthracite just to have, you know, I'll put it on my windowsills in my house and stuff. So we're headed over to the swimming hole before I leave, just to bring back some memories. So here you can see these rocks, that all these rock faces have like crystals all over them. Up in there, and of course up in the ridge itself, it's full of quartz crystals as well. It's actually pretty high right now. When the water's low, there's like an island, like a peninsula that comes out in the middle that you can swim over to and stand on it. But here, oh yeah, this is really deep. The rock that we used to jump off of is completely underwater right there. Sometimes when the water's lower, it's like a good, you know, couple feet jump down. But yeah, this is a really good place to come swimming. The water's clean enough. I remember the one time my friend Danny and we were climbing up right here, and Danny was ahead of me and he hit a hornet nest and he fell back down onto the rocks because there was no water there at that point. It's a pretty cool landscape here. You can come down here swimming and nobody bugs you. At least nobody ever bothered us. So yeah, I'm glad I was able to find some nice crystals and stuff to show you guys. I just wanted to stop over here at the old swimming hole and show you guys where I used to go swimming. Anyway, let's get up and out of here. We'll head back to the hotel and we'll take a closer look at what we found today. So here's that double terminated crystal we found. This is probably my favorite thing that we found because double terminated crystals are the hardest to find. And that's the first one I've ever actually found. We got about 15 points here. Some of them are super clear and they're just really nice. Here's a little twin here. It's awesome, right? Got about 15 clusters. Some of this stuff is just interesting to look at, and some of it's super clear and gemmy. This is the piece right here that was sitting on the ground right next to that frozen waterfall that let us discover all this stuff. Also grabbed some big chunks of anthracite. I'm going to ship that back to Colorado and put it in my yard or something. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. I try to put out a video every week on this channel. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. If you're still here, you're one of the 42% that haven't left. So thanks so much. And also big thanks to all my Major Credit Patreon supporters and channel members scrolling right there. And also, if you enjoyed this video, you're really going to like the other ones linked here. So definitely check those out. And I'll see you guys on the next video.